student to our third video on the first chapter of Standard 12, that is Introduction to Partnership Firm and Partnership Final Account. In the previous two videos, we have seen the till features. If you haven't seen the first and second part of our video, please go back and see that videos and come to the part 3. In the part 3 of this chapter, we are going to see about the partnership deed. Students, when I have taken in the second part of our video features, in that features I have explained you about agreement. So in agreement, we have seen that agreement can be oral or written. As per Partnership Act, it is not mentioned, it is not compulsory to have agreement written. But if our agreement is written, that is always very useful or practical or convenient to the partnership, because written agreement can be used as a evidence, and so that written agreement is very important. If the agreement is written, then that agreement is known as partnership deed, which we are going to see today in detail. So as per the Partnership Act, it is said that it is very important document of a partnership, which contained the partnership agreement among the partners, so that partnership deed is nothing but all the terms and the condition on which all the partners of a partnership firm agrees. It means what? In the agreement, everyone is agreeing on the points, on the provision, what is written. That means what are the terms are there, what are the conditions are there. So that this partnership agreement is very, very important to the partnership. If suppose there is a dispute among the partners and partners are having some doubt, in that case written agreement always very useful. It means what? Partners cannot say I don't know. They cannot be disagree on any provision which is mentioned in a partnership deed, because here all the content whatever are written or whatever contents are there as per the Partnership Act in a partnership deed, that all content is written with a consent with all the partners, so that they cannot disagree to this content what is there, or they cannot disagree for the provisions what are the mentioned in partnership deed. Because one more important thing is there, when it is prepared on that agreement, each and every partner sign is there. It means what? This agreement is signed by each and every partner, and after that this agreement is registered under the act, so that they cannot disagree. So let us see what are the contents are there of a partnership deed. So very first important content is about the name and address of the firm and its main business. So name and address of the firm is must in the partnership deed, because this name and address will be useful for the government officer or any other people for the communication. So it is used as a communication, and so that to communicate with a partnership firm, partnership name and address is very important. Next part of the first content is main business. So your main business means nothing but what is the objective of this partner to come together to carry on the business. You know that in a company's account, in SP 11th standard you have studied that in SP in 11th standard for the formation of the company they need one document known as memorandum, and in memorandum there is one clause known as object clause. So that object clause is nothing but in what the partnership is doing business. So that same thing is there, main business. Here clause word is not used, but this is the object clause only. So they must mention in their partnership deed what business they are doing. And you know that we have seen in the feature also the business must be lawful. So that lawful business must be mentioned in the partnership deed. Yes, students, I hope that you understood the first content. Second content is name and address of all partners and duration of the partnership. Again, in this second content, there are two parts. First part says about the name and address of the partner. Here, they mean to say that here each and every partner's name must be mentioned with a address. It is mandatory for them that without name and address your partnership deed is not legal, not correct. So that partner's name and address is mentioned in the partnership deed. One more thing is given that here not only name and address, duration of a partnership. Duration means time period. Duration means tenure of a partnership. Whether their partnership is temporary or their partnership is a permanent till their wish they wanted to close down. So that duration must be mentioned. So second part is there of the partnership deed, that is name and address as well as time period or tenure or the duration of the partnership. Okay, students. So let us go to third part now. In the third part of partnership deed, they have given us the capital contribution of all the partners. All the partners' capital contribution must be written. It means what? Say for example, I'll take one example. XYZ are the partners of partnership firm XYZ partnership. So in this XYZ partnership firm, X and Y and Z are partners. So here in this partnership, how much contribution X has brought, how much contribution Y and Z has brought, that must be mentioned. Say for example, X has brought 5 lakhs, Z has brought 10 lakhs, Y has brought 7 lakhs. So these 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 7 lakhs must be mentioned in the partnership deed. Now fourth one is given to us about ratio in which profits into bracket they are given to us in the partnership deed, that losses also are to be shared. When I have explained you definition, that time I told that though it is mentioned that they agree to share profit, but losses are also shared by the partners, and that is assumed. Partnership firm may get unfortunately sometimes some losses. So in that case, in which ratio they are sharing profit and losses, it must be mentioned. Now here if it is not mentioned, in that case partners will share profit and losses equally. So you have to keep in mind ratio. If they wanted to mention, they can mention. If they don't want to mention, that is called for the share partnership deed is silent. In that case, share will be equal. Now let us go for fifth one. The fifth content is given to us about the rights, duties and liabilities of the partners. So here what are the rights partners are having, which duties they have to follow, which liabilities they are having, that must be mentioned. As you know students, right and duties are the two sides of the coin. So that right alone will not come, as well as duties will not be there alone. So both the things must be mentioned in the partnership deed. For example, what will be the salary if they are working there extra? what will be the interest on capital. In this case, what will be the interest on loan, or what will be their other things they require like remuneration, commission, etc. That must be mentioned there, as well as what are the liabilities also they should mention in the partnership deed. Now sixth content is given to us, that is provisions related to admission, retirement, death, etc. of a partner. So you know that here you must have seen your portion of 12th standard. There you are having 3, 4 and 5 chapter about reconstitution of a partnership, where we are going to see about the admission, retirement and death. So in the case of admission, in the case of retirement and in the case of death, what are the provisions they are going to use, what is the procedure will be there, that must be mentioned in the partnership deed. Now let us see about the seventh content, that is a rate of interest on capital, loan or drawings. So here, as per the Partnership Act provision, rate of interest is not given. It means what? Interest on capital may not be allowed. As well as that here, if the partnership did, they have mentioned some particular rate of the interest, in that case that interest they may get. If it is not mentioned, in that case they will not be allowed any interest on the capital. Now here given about the loan, same thing is about the loan. For the loan, if they have taken any loan from the partner, in that case they have to give the partner some interest. If they wanted to give particular percentage, they can mention in the partnership deed. And if they haven't mentioned the percentage of the partner's loan, what partner has given, in that case provision says 6% per annum interest is given to the partner from whom loan is taken. So 6% you should keep in mind for your objective question. Now about the drawings. Again, now interest on drawing, how much to give, as per the Partnership Act provision says that here it is given average basis for 6 months if the date of drawing is not mentioned. If the partnership, in the partnership, when the partners have withdrawn any goods or cash from the business, that date is mentioned. In that case, from that date when the partners withdrawn that or withdrew the goods or cash, from that date till the year end, the rate per period is calculated, and accordingly they will be getting interest on the drawing. They will be taking from the partner interest on drawings. In other case, if it is not mentioned the date when the goods are withdrawn or cash is withdrawn, in that case 6 month period is assumed for calculation of interest on drawings. Next is given about the salary, commission, etc. Again, same thing is there. Provision does not allow any salary or commission to any partner for their extra work, not given in the Partnership Act. But if the partner mention the provision, in their provision they make about the salary and commission in their partnership deed, in that case that much salary or commission will be given. If it is not mentioned, they will not get the salary and commission. Next is given about settlement of accounts on dissolution of the firm. Now I have told you in the last video that ninth feature was there about dissolution. If the firm dissolve, in that case how the partners will settle their account, that must be mentioned in this partnership deed, and accordingly accounts of our partners will be settled down. So that procedure, that provision must be mentioned in the partnership deed. Next is given about the 10th point about method of settlement of disputes among the partners. Sometimes there may be some disagreement, there may be some dispute, or there may be some conflict among the partners. In that case, which method they are going to use to settle their dispute, to solve the problem, that method they must mention in partnership deed. And the last point is given about any other matter relating to the conduct of the business. So other than 10 provision, if they wanted to add some more provision for their day to day, functioning for their other any routine work which they may required in their administration, and they feel that is very important, so that they must mention in that partnership deed. So that if they have mentioned that particular provision which is other than 10 provision, that also they can do, but it must be related to the business, it must be the conduct of the business. Okay students, so in this way students, we have completed today the provisions or the contents of a partnership deed.